Hi, Donna Robinson here, the Traveling Nanny, and I'm just going to do a quick video on suitcase covers. And as you know, this is kind of a kitchen sink type of video. I'm not a real techie person. I'm not really good about fancy videos, but what I will give you is an honest review. So let's see what I have here. All right, this is my mono. It's a bigger size carry-on. I love it. It has a compression bar. It packs a ton of stuff. But sometimes I do end up checking it in when I have a direct flight. And sometimes I'll gate check it just because it's free and I don't feel like fooling with it, or for whatever reason, right? And as you can see, it gets a little beat up. Yes, I can use a Mr. Clean scrub and scrub all the marks off of it. But what if I don't want to do that? What if I want to cover this little great suitcase so it doesn't get damaged and so it protects the cover? That's a great reason to use one. Every once in a while I have a TSA do an inspection check and they kind of take it up a little bit and they kind of throw it back on, but it's no big deal. But most of the time it doesn't, it just comes out on the baggage line just like I put it on. And it's nice because I can locate my bag fairly simple. It doesn't get mixed up with anyone else. And I've tried different ones through the years, but this one I kind of found on Amazon and it's just a little different. I really, really like it. It's they have all different kinds of designs. I chose something that wasn't too gaudy or bright, just because when I'm actually getting to the city and I'm scrolling around with it, I'm not trying to bring a lot of attention to myself. So something kind of fancy, but dark sometimes works out. Now, and also gets dirty less. And you can throw these in the wash or whatever. But what I liked about it, it's different than all the other ones. It has this little front pocket. And I could throw my phone in it. I could throw my passport in it as I'm scrolling up to the gate, or my Kindle or whatever, especially if I am taking it on. It kind of leaves you a little bit more hands-free. Now, there's another reason why I use these things. One of my very first trips on a job to Australia, my 26-inch, I get it out of the baggage thing, and the zipper is literally cut. I don't know what happened to it, but obviously I'm not going to be able to take this suitcase with me for all these things I have going on in Australia. So I was forced to go out and actually buy a new suitcase, throw that one in the hotel closet. After that, I started thinking about these because if a zipper got damaged at any time, maybe you overpacked it, maybe the zipper just gave, who knows? But when that happens, this will still hold it together. So I could zip it up the best I could, not have to worry about the damage, and it would still get me to where I want to go. Now, the main problem people have is they say they're kind of tricky to put on, time consuming. If you buy the right size, it doesn't interfere with your wheels. For example, this is a mono bigger size, so it's like almost a 22-inch. I buy a small in these, so they stretch. If you go by the size chart, you might want to do a medium, and then they're too big and baggy, and they get around the wheels. So this one fits perfectly. Is it hard to get on? Once you get the kind of technique down, it's really not. I'm going to try to do this online and show you how easy it is. Unfortunately, I'm looking at you, I'm looking at my suitcase. The other thing I like about this particular one, it has two holes. It has one for your suitcase handle and one for the pull-up. The other thing I liked about this is the first one with the side pocket for the side handle that actually fits. Most of the time you get these generic ones and they never line up with your handle. You're kind of like unzipping and stretching it to put it over. This one actually fits perfect. It's inexpensive, I think it's like $14 or something, and I always consider them a good investment. We're going to be going to Greece next October, me and my girlfriend of 65 years, and we'll be going to several different stops. So I'm going to be taking this in and out of ferries. I'm going to be taking it in and out of baggage claims, because some of these places we're going to will be a bargain plane, and they're very restrictive on sizes. So This will get me through if they make me check it. But let's see what we can do. What's a simple way of doing it? I'm going to try to do this really simple and show you. Okay, I found the easiest way is to start with the bottom open, and I kind of gather it up a little bit, and then I scoot it under the suitcase, so that now what you have is a little bit here, a little bit there. I've scooted it down so it can cover the bottom situation. And let's see if I can get it on this side. And like I said, when you do this multiple times, it gets easier and easier and easier. Then I just kind of flip it over, and I do the same thing over here. I just grab it. Okay, now see how we have it kind of tucked everywhere? If you want, you could actually bend it up like this, straight, and guess what? Just kind of gently pull it down. Now, what I'm going to gently pull it down so we get to where we want. I've got the pocket on the front of the suitcase, but you could put it, I guess you could put it, manipulate it to the back. And I just keep pulling it down. You got a handle here, so you're going to have to kind of poke it up above it, then keep pulling, 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 pulling. Now, we have an opening here, and I go on and kind of make sure I have this one under, but I kind of first, I just kind of go and go on and pull my top up. That gives me some things. Here's my handle, and I just take the corners, tuck it around each end, and you can see that is perfect. All right, let's turn it around for a minute. Now see what we got here? It's our pocket in the front, something we can put stuff in. It's going to protect my suitcase. It's a pretty good weight to it. Now, I'm just going to flip it on the bottom. Now, here's where we come. This is sometimes what people think of as the tricky part. But see how, because it sits up high, it's not going to interfere with my wheels. It has a little zipper down here. And this is what I'm going to try to do while I'm talking to you. It's a lot easier. You can also turn it upside down if it's easier for you. You can lower your handle. I'm going to lower my handle real quick, because I know now that it fits. And what you have here is a zipper. It comes down like this, and you just put it in. All right. Yeah, like I say, I'm trying to talk to you and do this, and I'm doing it without my glasses, but nevertheless, it works. All right, so not only it's like any zipper, you got to make sure this is down and this is over, just like any zipper you would do anywhere. You want it to be able to catch. All right, see how you can feel it kind of lock in? Then you just kind of pull, it zips up, right? So it's not that hard. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. Now, what I like about this, it has these little straps, which is what keeps it from rolling up or doing. And it just snaps right in there. See how that is? How much easier it is? Now, as you can see, it's not going to interfere with my wheels at all. Okay? And you can tug it if you think it is over one side too much, you can adjust it a little bit. But now, we have a really nice suitcase cover. You have a handle up here you can still grab. You have this you can grab. And then this really nice thing, it actually fits on the side handle opening. And I have never found one that fits like this. That's just perfect. And so what you're having is a suitcase here. You have a handle openings here. You have two, one for this, one for that. And then you have your nifty little pocket that you can put stuff in. Especially if you are taking it on the plane, you can put, your Kindle, you could put your passport, you could put anything that you just want, you need a quick grab for. But I really like it. Like I said, I think it's great. I'll put the link down there where it's on Amazon. It's cheap. You can throw it in the wash or afterwards, but you can see where it's going to protect my suitcase. And more important, should I damage the zipper and all these multiple stops and grease, I've got something that's going to hold my suitcase together. Because the zippers rarely break all the way. You can zip them up, enough to get your suitcase closed, but then you have something like this to maintain it. I've never had trouble with TSA, and when I've gone to European countries, they just floop it all around. They don't even really bother with it too much because they can still x-ray it right through. So it's kind of neat. Now, suitcases in general, this is a mono. It's reasonably priced. Quince, QUINCE.com has a version of this that actually expands their version of this. Lot less expensive, pretty decent warranty, and the reason I like these things is because they have a compression bar. Most suitcases have those crisscross things that holds everything on one side, and they're useless, because things can fall out of it. But more important, it does not allow you to pack that extra 5 or 6 things you want to pack. With a compression bar, you can pack your suitcase that much above the suitcase itself. Put the compression bar, it just compresses everything, you tighten it, and it'll hold an amazing amount. I have done a 15 trip to Europe in this with just a small backpack that goes underneath my seat for the things that I want on the flight. Now, you say, well, I have on my suitcase that has a little cup holder and stuff like that. If I need a cup holder, I'll put my little small sleeve on that holds cups and that I can take on and off as I need it. The trouble with those little holders that come out like this is that they're going to get broke. There's a suitcase on the market right now, Noble, N-O-B-L, and they're just doing so much advertising to make you think it's the best thing in the entire world. It has little hooks here to hang stuff on. That's what I have a sleeve bar for. And so I put it on my travel nanny site in Facebook, the Traveling Nanny LLC page, and asked our people, what was your experiences? Because God knows when you look at those advertising comments for these things, oh, it's wonderful, blah, 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 blah. I don't know if they're planned or what, but when I talked to the people, I got so many responses on Noble. How the company was horrible, they didn't get it, they were broken, or it lasted one trip and it's damaged, and the company wasn't making good, they won't communicate. So when you do buy a suitcase, whether it's from Mono or something, you can do an inexpensive suitcase. You don't have to have a tummy to travel well. These things, Mono will last forever, but nevertheless, no matter what you get, it's going to last enough for your trips probably, and so if you don't want to spend a lot of money, don't. There's always things. So like I say, Quince does a version of this. Sorry, Mono. That's about half the price, and also has an extension that you can do. And I got one for my granddaughter, and I think I did review it, to go to London and Paris. And you know how teenagers, they pack everything, and they don't pack well. And at one point, coming back, she's going, oh my God, this thing's going to fit. Step aside, babe. And we repacked it, and sure enough, that much above the suitcase, put my compression bar down, zoom, zipped. I didn't even, I'll extend an extension when I pack. And then once I get it all done, most 90% of the time, I can just re-zip the expansion, because now that expansion zipper also compresses what's inside. So sometimes when you use the expansion, when you're all done, think about going back and re-zipping it, because many of the times you can, and that makes it a little bit more compact, makes it a little bit easier if you're carrying on with certain airlines. But I really like this. I'll put it down. I love the pocket. I love the material. I know from experience that these wash really good. They just take it off. Your suitcase comes back without a million different scuff marks and all that stuff. So it's really a good deal. And it's why I'm just kind of really fond of them. So I'll put the link down there somewhere. I'll try. You know how untechy I am. But I think this is a really good idea. I'm very impressed. They have some really cute, colorful designs if you're more into that. But I just thought this will still allow me to see it on the baggage claim. It still stands out. And the most important thing is it's going to protect my suitcase, because they do take a beating. So anyway, that's it. Leave comments if you like, if you've ever tried suitcase covers, if you hate them. Like I said, I have gotten some that interfere with the wheels. It's usually because you're doing a size up, size down. Like I say, the small is very stretchy. It will do a 22-inch. Anything a medium will just be too baggy. They're more for the 24-inch. So anyway, hope you like it. Hope you find it. And like I say, this is Donna Robinson, the traveling nanny, and with her kitchen stuff reviews. Not fancy, just honest reviews. Thank you.